Happy Monday once again, everyone. Bryan Devore, Devore Realty Group, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, California Properties, your first Monday market moment of August. Today, we will attempt to answer the question, are sellers giving up? What does that mean, and are they? We'll get into that just a moment. First, the most recent stats right now, we have 6,682 homes for sale throughout San Diego, throughout San Diego County. It's a decrease of 33 from last week. Median list price, $950,000, lower than the week before. Average days on market, 52. Pending sales, 2284. That's a decrease of 93 from last week, with median list price of $891, a little bit higher than the week before. Average days on market, 36. Months of inventory, 3.62, went down just a little bit. We'll talk about why in just a moment. Here's a chart showing total actives, total pendings. You can see the total number of actives going down last couple of weeks, but total number of pendings, even though it was up a couple weeks ago, went down last week. How many homes came on the market last week? 853. It's an increase of 20 versus last week. They had a median list price of $899.9. New pendings, 350, down 49 versus last week. Median list price, $925,000. That was actually higher than the ones that went pending the week before. Average days on market, 35. Notice the additional 4 days it took those homes to go into escrow versus the ones the week before. New pendings listed within the last week, 8. And within the last 2 weeks, 91. So only 2% of homes that were on the market for a week went pending. It had been about 5% until it went down to 2%. 26% sold in 2 weeks or less. So still a quarter of homes are selling in 2 weeks or less. How many homes closed escrow last week? 431, an increase of 80. That's why the months of inventory went down, because total number of sales in the last week went up. Median list price, $899.9, and the median sales price, $900. Both of those numbers were down, but it's interesting to see that the median sales price was just a touch higher than the median list price. Average days on market, 33. Least expensive sale was in Escondido, second week in a row, $230,000. Most expensive sale was in Rancho Santa Fe for $18 million. Here's a chart showing new actives, new pendings, and new closed sales. For 3 weeks in a row, we saw, 2 weeks in a row, we saw the number of new listings going down. It went up this past week. New pendings did drop quite a bit, but the number of closed sales jumped up at a healthy clip. Here is the chart showing median list price, median sales price, lower than it's been in a little bit of time. Here is the chart from Stephen Thomas on his reports on housing that has the breakdown of inventory versus demand for different price categories. You can see anything $0 to $750,000, there is still more demand than supply. Same for $750,000 to $1 million, as $1 million to $1.25 million. Then it breaks even, 1.25 to 1.5. About the same percentage of inventory as demand, and then it switches to more inventory than demand, the higher price we go. Okay, I like what he does every month. He has these cool snapshots of the market for the previous month of sales. So in June versus, we'll get July's in a few weeks, but in June, the total closed sales, 20.7% were cash sales. So just under 21%. Slight decrease of 1.1% versus May. Looking at list price changes, this is very important to look at. The percentage of homes that had list price change increases was 4%. So of all the sales in June, 4% had increased their list price. It was 3% in May. 67% had no change. It was 71% in May, but 29% decreased their list price versus 26%. So more people are lowering their prices to get their homes sold. Sold price to list price analysis. This is really good deep dive information. 29% of the closed sales in June closed above the original list price. That's down from 35%. So 35% in May sold above list price, only 29% in June. 13% roughly of all closed sales in June sold at their original list price. It was 12% in May. 58% had closed below their original list price. 53% in May. So more homes are selling for lower than their original list price. Market is shifting towards buyers still. And then here is the chart showing the number of homes that come off the market. And this is year over year. So you can see where we are, that red dot, the number of homes that come off the market. It's the highest it's been in quite a while. Look at the year over year. And then if you look at June compared to May. So 25.7% of homes were pulled off the market. They didn't sell. Their listings expired, they canceled. That was an 18% increase from May. A huge increase in the number of people who might be giving up. So to answer the question, are sellers giving up? Well, certainly a decent percentage are, at least the ones that don't have to sell, are taking their homes off the market. But inventory is still holding strong. So will that affect inventory? We'll have to wait and see, as we typically see inventory coming down this time of year. Time will tell, and hopefully if rates come down, demand comes up, market might switch again. That's it for this week's Monday Market Moment. Hope you have a great week. If you have any questions about this information or anything else, be happy to send more information, more Stephen Thomas reports. Look forward to seeing you next week in the next Monday Market Moment. We'll have his latest comparison of inventory and demand, see how that is playing out. Have a great week. Look forward to seeing you then.